different tone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to River City Runs Red, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here on Restless Barbarian Gaming. I'm your storyteller, Aloysius, and I'm here with my lovely players tonight. We'll start it, who will have introduced themselves and their characters for all of those of you who don't know or need the reintroduction. And we'll start with Tom and go counterclockwise.
Okay.
So you don't have to go first this time, Jen. I'm not picking on you like
you.
Tom does.
Hey, Tom. You can find me on the internet as Bolthra. I am playing Ephraim, a Malkavian DJ. He is, I guess, narcissistic is probably the kindest way to put it. He's a conceited jerk who really just doesn't care about anybody. So, moving on. So.
Hello, I'm Tiara. I'm playing Yvain Mallory, our lovable ministry girl failure turned success story, maybe? Who knows? We'll have to see.
We'll have to find out.
Right, yeah.
I'm rooting for her, though.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm Jen. I'm playing Delilah Cole. She is a Nosferatu that has a line of rot going across her forehead in a very faint way, and she's wondering if it will grow flowers someday.
That we have to see fan art.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I can do that, yeah.
Yeah. Will it grow flowers? Will it grow into even grosser fungus? Who's to say?
I mean, who knows, you know? Nosferatus take their chances.
Yeah.
Leave your comments below. We'll take the highest votes.
Yes, we'll take the highest votes. Flowers or fungi. You decide. Tom will make a poll and everything.
Yeah, why not?
Pointed in the wrong direction. He's over here.
Yes.
Anyway, when last we left off, our coterie was not together. It had been a few months since their whole takedown of a thin blood drug smuggling ring, and they had all pursued various personal avenues and all had various eventful meetings. Delilah reacquainted herself with a Nosferatu who seemingly goes by Keen, who is calling in that favor.
Yes.
That she owes them, and she is tasked with retrieving a certain book or tome from the given address. Ephraim went to Elysium and had very eventful chats with both the court's harpy and his clan's primogen, who has seemed to taken a bit of an interest in him. And Yvain had a friendly chat with Merrick Kroll, the Anarch emissary for the Baron of Ward 3, who, on top of just getting more acquainted with her on a personal level, did have a job for her pertaining to potential Second Inquisition involvement in the city.
Yeah, we're calling that a predate.
Yeah, for sure. And we will be picking up about 2 nights after these various meetings, and Yvain, you will get a message on your pager from Merrick saying another incident has occurred. I'm having someone block it off for you and I and whoever you invite to take a look.
Oh, it begins. She will... She'll just reply back, Roger that, and then kind of question why she's sounding like some kind of cadet or something. I don't know. But then she will also realize that she has not probably. I imagine that she's gotten kind of caught up with like freeing up a bit of her back work so that she can kind of look into this. I don't believe that she's probably gotten a response from Ephraim or Delilah yet. And so she will now use this chance to say, "Hi, everyone. How's it going?" Well, I guess you can't group Paige, huh?
No.
No, it's a
No,
one-on-one thing.
So she will send, "Hi," smiley face to both of them.
Hello? What's up?
Will trying to think of the best way that she would phrase this. I need your help with something that is potentially dangerous, but also very important.
That's a lot of typing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Delilah's just sitting here looking at the page, or like, and
Yeah, just all being sent in separate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
lines,
like
yeah.
little chunks.
I don't know how many characters you can send in.
No idea.
We're making it up as we go along. It's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's just like, I need your help with a problem that arose in this ward. It's potentially dangerous, but it should also help improve the reputation of the coterie, I think, will be her selling point here.
All right. I'm gonna text back. I have a little job I need to do first.
Ephraim probably replied maybe an hour later to the first just hi. Probably just like, yeah, like question mark. So. And then
maybe Yvain just goes to Ephraim's place of work to try and find him.
to just hunt him down so he can't avoid her.
Exactly.
After it takes an hour to get the
Can I stealth? No.
And I stealth as soon as I see her walk in the building.
Oh my.
That's crazy.
Let's finish up what Delilah says first.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do
So
that
I
first.
think that does she have like is Merrick trying to meet that night or
Seemingly based off of how he worded it, you gathered that he would definitely prefer to meet sooner rather than later.
right?
And he also would have given you an address for an apartment in Creston.
Okay, so then Yvain will page Delilah and ask, "Is there any chance that if I can get like an hour of your time tonight, that maybe I can offer my assistance with whatever you're working on in exchange?"
I'm gonna page back. That will work. When do you want to go?
She's gonna say like 45 minutes. I have to go get Ephraim.
Okay.
Or try. Smiley
Yeah. Delilah's just finding it very amusing that you're kind of struggling with the pager.
She will also send Delilah the address.
Okay.
And say, just in case you get there a little bit before me, my contact is Merrick Kroll.
Oh, okay.
And then she's gonna get an Uber to Ephraim's school. Oh, because it'll be faster.
Okay. Mhm.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so Delilah, you now have all that information.
I do. Mhm.
And Yvain, you are going to hunt down Ephraim, presumably at the Diablo Club, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
He is probably sitting at the bar. What time of evening is it?
It's still for you guys, it's still relatively early. It's about like 9:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing's happening yet. Yeah, he's probably just sitting at the bar, pretending to drink something that's in front of him in case somebody happens to notice him. And then he'll look up when he sees Evane and just kind of waves her over.
Ephraim, it's been too long. How are you?
I'm good as always. How are you?
I'm swell. I came here because obviously I miss our little group getting together. You didn't come to the last movie party. That's fine. You're a busy person. But I could really use your assistance with something for like 1 hour tonight.
Looks at his phone, his watch. He's like, an hour? Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. It shouldn't get too hairy or anything like that. It's more so looking into a crime scene. And
is there anybody around the bar who might have been hearing any of this? Because the music's probably not on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I forgot we're in a bar. She'll say
there's
looking
like
around.
there's like
looking around
the
an
odd
incident.
customer here or there, and then like the various like there's like a couple bartenders and that sort of thing.
I mean, there's probably no music on right now. We're very faint, so we're probably whispering.
There's no like live music at the moment, and like the music that's playing on the speakers is like relatively like low key at the moment.
I'm just looking around just to see if there's
my
anybody.
faux pas, but like maybe then I'll just lean into it and have her look into a crime scene. Like she leans forward and kind of almost loudly-ish whispers it. Maybe not as quiet as Ephraim would have liked. But she's like, crime scene.
He's like, I got you. He's like, all right, if you're ready, let's go.
Okay, perfect. So she will page Merrick and say that she and the coterie should be at the address within like the next 30 minutes or so.
All right, and he will send back. Excellent. I will wait for you outside, and we will go in together.
All right. She'll get another Uber.
I was gonna say even Ephraim could drive her.
Okay, she'll ride with Ephraim.
Okay. She's getting the privilege of being in his car.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, the
Wow.
privilege.
The privilege. Whoa.
Mm.
It's like, do you know how much these seats cost?
So, I don't really know anything about cars.
I don't think I've ever decided what he drives. Probably not like not a Lamborghini or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But probably maybe like a BMW or something. Nothing too over the top because he doesn't want to get noticed by too many people. So
Okay.
Doesn't it bother
He loves the attention, but only when he's looking for it.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
On
like
his
a
turn.
vein on the way is probably like, doesn't it bother you though? That cars aren't made as well as they used to be?
I can always get stuff added to it if I need to. I can James Bond this thing out.
I suppose, but the metal they use nowadays is so cheap. One hit and we're dead.
Yeah, maybe someday I'm going to increase his resources or something.
Because I was thinking, like, cars back in the day, they were,
More solid.
yeah. And she's like, yeah. I think she's like, this is a metal death trap to most cars that she sees. It's probably what she's thinking. It's a little tin can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, are the two of you going in picking Delilah up, or is Delilah? Are you going to meet them there separately?
I'll meet them there separately.
Okay.
She likes to walk, so
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And he
Right.
blocks.
I will say, we'll probably take you a good bit if you walk.
okay, then I'll just like
What if we see you on the way?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
could
pick
have
her
gone
up.
that far. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get into the back seat of the car.
And he's gonna be like, just watch you don't get anything on the seats.
What do you mean?
Like you got that shit growing out of your head.
It just stays there. It's not a big deal.
And he's kind of just looking at her in the rearview mirror, like. Starts driving.
She's gonna reach into her backpack
for
and
quite some
pull,
time. You know it doesn't go anywhere.
I know it doesn't go anywhere.
I don't know. He's
So
heard
far.
things about Nosferatus. So.
Yes, but you don't really understand.
I would say as he was literally socializing and gossiping with one 2 nights ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know that, but
That was more
You
just
gotta-
meta me
oh
saying that.
yeah. So she's
Like,
gonna
but it's like, but half of her face was pretty though. That
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
she's gonna, based on this, she's gonna go into her backpack and pull out the ceramic mask and put it on. Like, there you go.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like that's better. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See half a pixie.
Evade looks over her
beautiful.
shoulder and pat Delilah on the hands, like, you look lovely, Delilah.
Thank you. You don't hear a lot of that if you're a Nosferatu, so.
That's because people are jerks.
Generally.
She pointedly does not look at Ephraim.
He's-
Because
he-
Ephraim
he's-
is driving and could crash us all.
Yeah. If they start talking, he probably turns on the radio like loud or something. Just-
Okay.
Just like, I don't want to hear your annoying voices.
exactly.
Yee, annoying voice? Wow, what?
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Well, we all know Ephraim is a class act.
Oh yeah.
Evane starts singing along to what's ever on the radio.
And he'll just kind of like, how's her voice? I think we need a performance role.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's running this game here?
Oh my.
Just kidding. Just
I'll
kidding.
do it.
I was gonna
Do
say,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you really want to like try and show off and or just be obnoxious, then I am more than down for a,
I ain't scared.
then,
Charisma
for
and
a,
performance?
yeah, I would say, yeah, probably charisma and performance.
You
Yeah,
know who you're talking to? This is Evane. I ain't scared.
I was gonna say, isn't that like her highest stat? Is like charisma?
well, manipulation,
Performance
Okay.
and manipulation and
Okay.
performance. would
but
be-
performance is
Good.
high. Yes.
Let me just take a look here. If she's trying to lean into sounding, is Hauser like a metal band? Question mark. I don't
Not
know.
that I remember.
Tiara.
For ya.
Tiara doesn't know.
Okay.
No, Ephraim wouldn't listen to metal. He's,
Who's on the radio?
you know what? I'm an old man at this point, so I don't even know who's like popular in hip hop now.
Oh
So,
yeah, I don't
okay.
know those either.
Little
Uh,
something, or you know,
A little
young
something.
We'll say Lil Nas X is on the radio.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sure.
I'm
whatever's-
crying.
Whatever's popular.
She's
again.
going to try and emulate the persona and sound of this person, whoever is on the radio. So you could even say that she's putting on a show and acting? Question mark.
Sure, why not?
Awesome.
This isn't a life or death thing or anything like that. This is more just for shits and gigs. So yeah, why not? You can take the bonus.
To annoy the shit out of her. Because I'm petty. So that will
And
be...
we love that.
Specializations add 1 extra die, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so that does make that. Do you want to know how many dice I'm rolling? Or should I leave it as a surprise?
I will leave that information to you.
Damn. Alright. Also, can I do a, what is it called? Rouse the blood.
A blood surge.
Yes, doesn't that let you re-roll?
It lets you roll. It lets you roll a die, and if you succeed, well, regardless, you get the increase to but it gives you 2 extra dice.
Okay, I don't need to do all that. All right, because I got 4 successes. That's
Oh,
good enough.
good,
but I
good.
rolled
Oh,
8,
yes.
so I was
Yes.
like,
All
yes,
right,
no,
and
that is quite good.
yeah, he kind
and-
of looks over at her and he kind of nods. He's like, all right. He's impressed.
Yeah.
She sings louder when he's like, all right. Over him up.
Oh
Teddy.
my.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, she earned some respect in his book.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those moments of like, damn, she has real talent.
I might have to exploit her at some point. So
Damn!
Oh my.
Get in line!
in line. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so many people in Evane's life just trying to use her for things.
Right! Oh, man. It's okay. Delilah would never use me.
No.
I don't actually know that, but I'll hope.
You'll choose to believe that is the case.
Mhm.
Anyway, so as you're doing car karaoke,
Yeah.
after a bit of time, you do eventually make it to your destination in Creston,
Okay.
and you pull. Are you like pulling like right up to the apartment building, or are you sort of like parking like a block down and then walking
block
the
down.
rest of the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we can they don't see where we parked, and also we can kind of bulk up. So
Before everyone gets out of the car, Yvain is going to suggest using Blush of Life if they do not normally. And explain that we are looking into a crime scene that might be connected with the Second Inquisition.
That's gonna scare people off, isn't it?
yeah, and he's like, okay, I didn't know that part.
Just think of the reputation, the way your reputation will increase with the prince. We do a good job.
It just kind of nods. How do we roll Blush Life again? I forget.
You just
It's
roll.
aroused
You just roll a rouse check.
Rouse check. Okay.
Okay. Guess I'll do that too.
I also do my hunger roll too. I forgot.
Say and if I let me double check this real.
You were
quick.
successful.
Okay.
All right.
Delilah?
Cool.
Cool, cool.
And I was successful.
I failed my hunger check, but I succeeded on the rouse check. So I
Okay.
still get hungrier anyways.
That's how it goes.
All right.
All right. So now all of you, sort of like feel like warmth or some sort of simulation of it return to your deadened flesh as your hearts begin to beat and color returns to your skin. And by and large, you look significantly more like a living person now.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave the mask on because
Yeah.
apparently-
Delilah still needs the mask.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna leave the mask on, and she's wearing like a army jacket and just whatever.
Yeah. If she were to take it off, people would probably think she has like some sort of skin condition.
Yeah.
At best, probably.
Yeah.
So yep, mask on, totally fair.
Yep. Don't want to scare anybody.
All right, and all of you, make your way to the apartment building, where you see, Yvain, you know what Merrick looks like because you've worked with him plenty at this point. But the two of you may have seen him on the first night of Elysium, or he may have just. Knowing Ephraim, he probably bypassed his purview entirely. But you see a man in his late 30s, early 40s, shaved head, sort of like a salt and pepper beard, and right now he's dressed in sort of like a work suit at the moment. And he will see the three of you approaching, and he'll walk up to you and say, Yvain, I'm glad you could make it.
I'm glad that I was able to as well, of course, with some friends.
Mhm.
Why don't we see what we can figure out here?
Of course. Hello, I'm Merrick Kroll. It is a pleasure to meet both of you. I am assuming you are Yvain's coterie mates.
Yes. I'm Delilah.
Ephraim.
A pleasure.
So once we get inside, maybe you can give them a little bit more information as to what it is exactly we are doing and looking into.
I'll do the best I can. I called in a bit of a favor with one of the kindred in the area who has connections to delay access to the crime scene for a bit. And so hopefully that should give us any time we need to scrounge up potential information.
Sounds good. Okay. She'll follow his lead then.
All right. Then he will about face and walk into the building, and will take the three of you up to the third floor, where you'll see he'll sort of like take you midway down the hall, and you'll see that one of the doors has sort of like a makeshift like warning tape over it, saying that there was it being like some rush maintenance done and like not to enter, and there's fumigation happening.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And waiting outside that room, you see a tall woman with sort of like light tan skin and long black hair, wearing jeans and a black denim jacket, and she'll turn to face the sort of coming entourage and say, "These your associates, Kroll?" "Yes, these are the people who will be assisting me." And he sort of like turns to look at all of you and say, "This is Opal Blackman, Coyote for Amelia Reyes, Baron of Ward 2.
Nice to meet you.
Do we know what the coyote term? I'm not character. Would he know what that term means? Is it?
Make me an intelligence politics roll."
Oh my.
That's what I was wondering if that was like an anarch thing or something.
Yeah.
Or,
And Delilah's just trying to be polite, so.
let's see. And that would be 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
You've definitely heard the term before. You don't know exactly like the intricacies of the role or anything, but as far as you know, seemingly they essentially like traffic kindred who are anarch aligned or like anarch sympathizers who are in dangerous territory, and sort of ferry them into anarch domains and territory where they will potentially be safe.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's going to remember her name for later. So.
Good to meet all of you. So I hear you're looking into this incident.
Yeah.
That would be correct. Just trying to see if there's anything out of the ordinary that we can find.
And she says, I appreciate it. And she turns back to Merrick real quick and says, Kroll, before you go in, a word. And he sort of like ushers her like a little further down the hallway, and the two of them walk further down the hallway, and they sort of seem to be exchanging in semi hushed tones for about a minute or two.
Ephraim's going to turn to
Probably
the
not
others.
able to hear, huh?
You can try and hear.
Yeah.
What would that be?
I'd say that would be a wits awareness roll. And I'm
Okay.
assuming you don't. Yeah, last I checked, you do not have auspex.
No.
Okay, then it'll just be
wow.
wits awareness.
I do.
All
But I
right.
have
Do you have,
premonition and sense the unseen, which isn't going to really...
all right. No, you
No,
don't have
yeah.
heightened senses, unfortunately.
No. He's just going to look at the other two and go, I don't think we're very welcome here. You get that feeling?
Well,
I'm a Nosferatu. We're never welcome.
I can understand that train of thought, but I feel like it might have more to do with the fact that we are assisting with this in more Anarch-aligned territory, and we are a part of the Camarilla.
That's what he meant, was
Yeah.
that's how we're
So it
not...
might just be a distrust.
Could be.
But this affects, if it is what we are thinking it possibly could be, a hunter cell. I mean, this affects all of us. So
Right.
hopefully this allegiance thing won't get in the way of that.
All right.
I only got one success, by the way, so I don't think I hear
Okay.
shit.
No,
I'm not gonna tell
no,
us.
unfortunately not. You can sort of like hear the like exact intonation of like how each of them are talking, but you can't actually make out any words. Merrick is talking relatively, calmly and respectfully, and Opal seems a bit more agitated. Yes.
You brought these Camarilla bitches here?
Yeah.
And and then Merrick will make his way back down the hall towards the three of you and say, we have an hour. She can't give us any more than that.
All right.
I figured about an hour would be what this was. Okay, so let's get to it and not waste time.
Agreed. And he goes and opens up the door and steps in, and the scent of decay is immediate.
Okay. It's not going to bother me.
The lights are the lights are off currently. But you can sort of like make out the general shape of things in the darkness before he like goes and flips a light switch on as the three of you come in and close the door behind you. And it's a very modestly sized apartment where it has a living room, kitchen, seemingly a bathroom, and then a couple bedrooms sort of like down the hallway that are adjacent to each other. But the most immediate couple things that catch your guys' attention is a corpse laying in the middle of the floor. And on the wall, sort of like adjacent to the corpse, in sort of like bright red spray paint, are the letters RV. Those are the most immediate things that catch your attention.
Okay. Is this someone a tagger? In spray paint, red color, inside the building. I mean,
is the spray paint on the wall fully dry?
When you go over and sort of like dab it real quick, it is ever so slightly tacky, but it is mostly dry at this point.
Okay.
On my actual cell phone, can I look up how long it takes for spray paint to dry?
Sure.
She Googles it.
As she Googles that information, you find that depending on like the exact basis of the spray paint and sort of like what's in it and the brand and that sort of thing, it has a very large range. Some like cheaper ones take about up to 5 minutes to dry. Some take up to 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Is it the cheaper ones that tend to take longer to dry, or the more expensive ones that tend to take longer to dry?
It's sort of like, yeah, I'd say it's more the expensive ones that take a bit longer because they really sort of like set into the surface and really like take time to cure on it.
Sure.
But it's also dependent on the various like materials and like pigments and various other factors.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Oh, go
ahead. Evan's just gonna say, well, considering that this is still just slightly wet, and obviously the smell of decay has had enough time to permeate through this room, I imagine that this probably happened. Well, actually, I know you said that decay is like very evident in the room.
Yeah. You don't necessarily know if it's like in this like the living room specifically, but you do like definitely have that like waft of like something is rotting in here.
Okay. So we're not sure if it's the body, the corpse.
Yeah. Looking at the body itself, I would say some of you may be more familiar with what final death looks like for Kindred than others. But the years manage to catch up with you when you meet the final death. And all things considered, the corpse in front of you sort of like looks sort of like very like shriveled and shrunken, but it doesn't look like it's to the point of sort of just like rapidly decomposing to the extent that like this like pungent odor would be coming across as far as you can tell.
Okay.
How was the body dispatched? Is there a stake? Is there? How did they do it?
Make me a Make me a wits investigation roll.
Okay. And I'm going to blood search.
All right.
And 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
You do see sort of like a large hole in the center of their chest that would be reminiscent of where a stake would go.
Mm-hmm.
But you also see several like severe stab wounds, like all among the torso. And you also notice that sort of like as you're surveying the body, you also see like sort of like a chunk of skin has like almost been like carved off.
Mm.
Ew.
Somebody did not like this person.
Do we? I probably wouldn't be able to tell if the chunk was taken before they died or after they died, because they begin to rot. So
Yeah, difficult to say.
yeah, okay. Is our instructions to remove the body before anybody else gets here?
Merrick says, I believe Opal has someone who will take care of that.
Ah, okay, good.
Okay.
Third party of sorts.
Okay. Even better.
Mhm.
When we were walking down the hall, did we see cameras or anything? I know that's going back, so I don't mind stepping back out in the hallway and taking a look. So
yeah, sort of like if you like open up the door and take a peek, you do see sort of like on one end of the hallway in sort of like the top corner, you do see sort of like a like a domed camera, and then you see a similar one on the exact opposite end of the hallway.
Okay.
You don't know if they're filming or if
Right.
they're on or anything like that, but you do notice them.
And one more thing, sorry, I don't mean to jump in front of everybody.
Go ahead.
Are there any windows?
There are windows on opposite ends of the hallway, sort of like adjacent to like where the cameras are.
Okay.
But those are the only windows like in this hallway space.
How about in the apartment? Is there any?
In the apartment, there are a good few windows. Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna take a walk over and look to see if maybe there's like a fire escape or anything like that, or.
Good idea.
You do see a fire escape on sort of like the northernmost part of the apartment, sort of like at the far window.
Okay. He's gonna put on his driving gloves.
Okay.
Because I don't remember vampires leave fingerprints because they don't have the oil.
I would say, like, if they are not blushed, then they would not. But if they have their blush
Blushed,
active, then I would say they would leave
Okay.
fingerprints.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to check. He's gonna see if he can just open up the window where the fire escape would be.
All right.
Stick his head out and just kind of looking around.
Have you sort of like unlatch the window and open it up? Like take a peek out. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I mean, he obviously isn't a cop that's going to be able to, go for fingerprints and stuff like that. He's just looking at, whoever did this probably came in one of two ways. They either came in through the front door or they came in maybe through the fire escape. He's just kind of getting a feel for it. For further questions he wants to ask, because we need to see the video from the hallway, and then so that we can find out if somebody came. He's watched some CSI, but knows he's not an expert. But just trying to get that information together, because that'll be things the cops are looking at. And then the last thing he wants to do, and then I'll shut up, is he wants to take a picture of the what did you say, RV?
Yeah.
And he wants to just take a picture of that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So Delilah's going to walk closer to the body, which is on the floor. Is that right?
Yes. It's sort of like splayed out on the floor next to the couch.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stoop down and kind of look and see if there's anything anyone else had missed. Did she have jewelry on her? Did she have? I mean, there's like this hole in her chest, so we know what that's from. But who was she?
All right,
I'm not sure.
Make me a wits investigation roll.
Okay, let's see if I can figure that out. There's wits and I need investigation, and I can't find it. Hold on.
Oh, good. Well, I guess in your case it would be investigation wits since it's backwards.
Backwards. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Because this is foundry.
It's foundry. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's try that again. Hold on. So it was investigation first, and then wits.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got that, and then we're going to add wits if I can find it. That is not it at all. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Gonna roll some dice, I think. I'm not sure what I did. 2 successes?
All right, 2 successes. You more or less just pick up on the same stuff that Ephraim noticed about the body. Hole where more than likely a stake was placed at one point or another, several stab wounds throughout the torso, and a chunk of missing skin or flesh around the chest area.
Okay. Wow. Somebody really did not like this person at all.
And Merrick will speak up and say, I believe there's more in one of the back rooms.
Oh?
Yes. He took their pound of flesh, crying. I was going to say, can Vane try and follow the smell of decay to see if she can find where it's coming from?
Sure. Make me a I guess it would be a wits awareness roll.
Okay. And I think for this, I will blood surge. Yeah. This feels like a good one. You said wits awareness?
Wits awareness.
Whew. Okay, so blood surge adds 2 dice, correct?
Correct.
Right. Please, dice, be nice to me. Oh, snap! Okay, 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. You sort of stand up. You're not like some kindred who have supernatural senses, but in this case you don't really need them to pick up on where this scent is coming from. You follow it to one of the rooms in sort of the back hallway and open it up, and you see 2 more bodies in there in a similar state to the one that you found in the living room, but you still smell that the scent is stronger than what these bodies are giving off, and you sort of follow it over to the closet that's in the room, and you sense that the smell is coming from in there.
Ew. Okay. She slowly opens that closet door.
Okay. You
Very reluctantly.
Yeah, you slowly open it. It's sort of like one of those like accordion like folds closets.
Wow.
You open it up and it's sort of like the wood sort of like clacks against each other as you open it up, and inside you see a body that is in a much worse state of decay than the other bodies. And you see that flesh is sort of like like sloughing off them, and the sort of like bits of bone that are showing are sort of like crumbling and like sinking in on themselves.
Ephraim's gonna take a step behind Yvain and go, "This motherfucker thought they could hide in the closet. And they got him in here."
If I could throw up, I would throw up right now.
All right.
That's the only thing she says.
Oh gosh.
I would throw up so
All right.
bad right
I'm gonna
now.
walk over to where you two are at and just kind of like look around the room and that sort of thing.
Is there
Alright.
flesh missing off of this body's chest as well?
Make me a wits investigation roll for this
Can I make
one.
one as well?
Yes, you can. For this body, it will be at a higher difficulty just because it's in a rougher state of decay, so it's just inherently more difficult to tell what exactly happened to this body.
Hmm.
So am I adding like one more difficulty?
Right,
or...
I got 2 successes.
I'll say just roll and tell me what you get.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
One success possible, bestial failure.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm a little pissed off at this, and actually he is, because now he's like, we got fucking Blade wandering around here.
Wow. Okay.
Trying to steal my look.
Snipes is just gonna be on the streets.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay. So, well, first off, before we get to Ephraim's whole situation, Yvain, you're looking this body over, and you want to like sort of like draw the connection there, but you are having a hard time definitively doing it because you can't tell, like, oh, is that missing because it was taken off, or is that taken because it's sort of like melted or like fallen off, or it's just difficult. It's a bit difficult to tell with how the state of the body. So Ephraim, you're feeling pissed, are you?
Yeah.
All right. And you see that you're like looking at this and like trying to figure it out, and it's just like pissing you off even more. And so I will say, you okay. Actually, no, this works better. You will suffer a dominance compulsion. So, so the vampire's next action is a competition, and they desire to gloat in the face of someone they beat. During this time, they are unable to utilize teamwork or any actions taken not leading to gloating, establishing dominance, or challenging authority at a 2 dice penalty. This ends when they have beaten someone in some way and gloated over it.
So many options.
Well, we're fucked now.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Let me take you through what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Before I make a decision.
All right, run it by us.
He is pissed at Merrick, because this is way out of their league. I thought we were walking in on one body, not 3. So
4 actually.
Yeah, 4.
Oh,
excuse me, 4. So now he's kind of like, all right, so these fucking anarchs are now just dropping this in our lap and being like, oh, we don't have the capability of doing this on our own. We got to go to the Ivory Tower to see if they can help us with this. The other side of him is mad at Yvain for getting him into this. Because the words Second Inquisition were not used earlier.
Okay.
Very,
Well,
very true.
Oh no. He probably
Yeah.
like, fuck that. I'm not messing with them.
Now he's not going to waste the gas. He's already here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's trying to keep calm, but yeah, he will turn on Merrick and basically that thing I said, what the fuck is this? All of us. I thought we were looking at one body. Now we got 4. What? And why are you dragging us into this?
This is certainly more severe than the previous incident.
Oh, previous incident. What else was that?
There were 2 other kindred found in a similar state to the one out in the living room. They're based off of the state of the bodies. I believe it is safe to assume that they are either duskborn or extremely young fledglings.
Except
that one,
for the rotting motherfucker. Yeah.
Yes, that one is a deviation.
A deviation?
I'm gonna come walk down the hallway slowly so nothing goes bad. Just wait outside the door.
So, are you able to tell who these ones are? I mean, were they on your side of the fence, or you don't know who they are? He's a little pissed.
They are not part of the barony I reside in. These kindred are of Ward 2, where we are currently. I reside in Ward 3.
So who's the boss of Ward 2 again?
The Baron of Ward 2.
He purposely used the wrong term. So.
Yes, and he is correcting you.
That's
The Baron of Ward 2 is Amelia Reyes.
So, and he just kind of turns and he's like, all right, so does RV mean anything to you?
Not with the knowledge at hand. And you notice that as you sort of like bring up RV, you see on the 2 bodies in the like bedroom proper also have RV spray painted near them.
Okay.
But the one in the closet still has like spray paint near it, but it does not say RV. It is seemingly just like, like at a glance, it just like looks like a bunch of scribbles, basically. Okay. So, like someone just like took the spray paint and just went wild doing something with it.
Okay. He's gonna take pictures of all these.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in and take a look at the bodies and see if there's anything we missed.
All right, make me a wits investigation check.
All right.
Investigation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, investigation wits in this case.
Okay. And there we go.
You got it.
I got it?
You got it.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to start looking at the bodies that are, on a bed or something?
How many?
There's one on a bed, and there's sort of like one slumped up against a wall.
Okay.
And then there's the one in the closet.
Okay. Yeah. So this is, Nosferatus are generally not really phased by the stench because it's just going to be, But yeah, I'm going to go over and look at them and see if there's anything on them that indicates something that I don't know.
Yeah, the two sort of like in the bedroom proper, you see both of them seemingly have like similar causes of death. They have that sort of like stake hole in the middle of their chest, but then several other perforations throughout their torso.
Wow.
But you notice that how the one in the sort of like living room had like a chunk of like its chest taken off. The one on the bed looks like it had their hand removed.
Wow.
And the one sort of like slumped up against the wall is missing one of their eyes.
Okay, somebody did not like these people at all.
They're taking trophies.
Is this more like a ritual than something?
Yeah.
Could be,
Is there any like historical knowledge that Yvain might remember in terms of kindred that deal with corpses?
You may.
I know where you're going with this. I think I know.
Well, you would know them. I'll say Yvain's been around the block for a while at this point. I would say you don't know many specific details just because it's not in your wheelhouse. Historically, you would have known them as the Giovanni, but in more recent nights, they've taken to going by the name Hecata. And they are allegedly a clan of kindred necromancers.
Okay. And... Okay, so then Yvain will pose this question to everyone present. Is there... I mean, I could understand thinking that this could be hunters, but I find it strange that they're missing pieces of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what would be the point of taking a rotting trophy?
Yes, that is what my concern over this was as well. It was... Many signs of this do point to hunters, but there are aspects of it that throw that into question.
What? Does anyone here know anything about Clan Hecata?
I think you did mention it, my storyteller.
Yes.
That they were trying to move in.
Yes, they have. They are sort of. There is a Hecata presence in the city, sort of like encroaching on like not in the city proper, but like on the outskirts of the city. And I believe it was. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I know that one of you, technically met a member of Clan Hecata towards the end of last season because she was speaking with Whisper.
Okay. Because that's another theory, is that they're moving in on Anarch territory and they're basically just taking people out, and they could be taking trophies for rituals. And the problem is,
they could also be trying to frame it to look like hunters. To
exactly.
scare the anarchs out of the
Could
area.
be that as well, yeah.
Yeah, that RV could be a red herring, like something to throw us off. And and unfortunately the player knows something about a certain bloodline in the Hecata who eat flesh, but
Right, that's what I
But-
was thinking.
I knew that's where you were going too. The
Mhm.
Nagaraja.
I
is the
was
one
like, Vayne
that-
doesn't know that.
Yeah, but
Yes,
I'm like,
that is
but
their
my
name.
character doesn't know that, so yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the problem when you have nerds playing these games who know the
Yeah,
lore.
they know
Yeah.
things, and you can't surprise them.
Yeah. But my character wouldn't know that. So
No.
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 he is really just hot to get out of here because he's pissed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a whole lot more going on than I think we were initially told. So
That's right. We should go.
How much time do we have left?
Sort of like after all this searching, you have maybe 20 minutes, maybe a little more than that.
let's go.
All right. We're going to
Okay.
go now. If you find anything different, maybe page us or something.
Okay. That's fine.
I think even paging, we have to be careful with what we're putting on there.
No, we can make a code.
Yeah. Because we're not texting, but there's
Always
still people
meet up
who
at the
could.
Coterie House.
There's still people who could get information from paging.
Yeah, probably. Oh, that's why I have another thing I need to do.
Yes, and Delilah, as you
Mm-hmm.
make that realization, like, I still need to do that favor,
Yes.
you come to a realization that the location, like the address you were given by Keen,
Mhm.
is not terribly far from where you are currently.
Oh, I can just walk over there then.
Yes. Yeah. The address you were given was for a building in the sort of business district of
Okay.
Creston.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be doing that unless you want to drop me off.
What's the details with that? Any
Um,
bodies there as well?
No, there shouldn't be. I met a Nosferatu who did not give me her name at the time, and she wanted a favor because this is how we, interact. So she wants me to pick up something for her, and I have an address. So
Sure, I'll play getaway driver. Let's go over and take a look while we're in the neighborhood.
sure, why
I
not?
can finish up here and connect with you two later. Thank you for
Okay.
your help.
Yeah.
All right,
That
yeah,
sounds
he'll drive Delilah over there, leaving in a huff.
Yes.
right, so-
bye.
All right, so Ephraim, you and Delilah head off, but before we go to you guys, we'll stick with Yvain and Merrick for the moment.
Mhm.
And
As soon as they're gone, she's just gonna say, I have no clue why he got mad all of a sudden like that. So strange. Normally he's more indifferent.
it can be a lot to take in, understandably. I think many kindred are not accustomed to seeing so many of us
Butcher? Like
butchered and slain in a small space.
Well, I do think that we should also get out of here soon, but there are a few more things I want to check really quickly before we do so. In terms of the newest body that's in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna. What time of the year is it, by the way?
It's like early to mid-February.
Okay. So she's gonna just take out some like little leather gloves, little winter weather gloves. She didn't have any like fancy driver gloves or anything like that, but she'll just pick out some like little, whatever. And she wants to very delicately look to see if there are like either any signs of like particles under this kindred's fingernails or like blood, because she's thinking like, wouldn't you fight back if somebody was trying to stab and stake you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she's looking for. She's just wondering, like, did they maybe like try and fight off the attacker? And if so, is there like any, you know, little bits of skin or blood under their nails that maybe could be scraped off and thrown in a little plastic baggie? Easy enough to find someone with connections to the police force to maybe look into that sort of thing if she can find something.
Yeah. Make me a wits or intelligence plus investigation.
Okay. Please don't fail me now, dice.
Oh no.
Beg of me. Let's go. 3 successes. It's not
All
hurting,
right.
but that's still nice.
All right, yeah. You don't see anything under like any of the nails on the right hand, but on their left hand, you do see sort of like what appears like it could be caked blood under most of the fingernails on that hand.
Okay. So then, like, still pretty gingerly, and I mean, like, this is like a Ziploc bag. But she's just kind of gonna, like, you know, pull a tissue out of a little, like, tissue, like those little small pocket-sized tissue bags, and then, like, a little, one of those metal nail files or whatever, like the clip nail file things. She's gonna, the old-fashioned ones, just kind of pull the little, like, thing that you use underneath the nail and just kind of try to very gingerly scrape some of the, like, blood, like dried caked blood.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's, like, very intensely trying to do this.
I have all right. I'm not
Or
gonna make you roll.
intensely.
Yes, I'm not gonna make you roll for this, but you do take your sweet time doing this just to be super careful. And after maybe like a couple minutes of you doing this, you see sort of out of the corner of your eye, Merrick head back to the bedroom where the other bodies are to do something while you're sort of scraping away at these nails. And maybe after like 10 minutes, you scrape all of this like bloody residue out from all the fingernails and into this Ziploc bag that you had with you.
This is so smart. Listen, she's feeling pretty good about this one. Okay, she's gonna like tuck that away like in an inner pocket in her coat or something. You know, just in case she gets mugged. Who knows? And then she will. What is missing from this body?
The one out in the living room, it looks like it had sort of like a chunk of skin sort of like carved out of
that was the
their
only
chest.
thing that was missing? Okay.
Yeah, that was the only thing missing from that body, yeah.
Okay. She will go back. So, was there only like the other 2 bodies were in the bedroom, and then in the closet was the 4th, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were there any other rooms in this apartment?
There was the only rooms that you haven't been in is another bedroom that's sort of like adjacent to that one with the bodies in it, and a bathroom.
Okay, can she check the bathroom first?
All right, sure. You go into the bathroom, and are you looking for anything in particular? It doesn't. It looks relatively. It looks relatively like intact. It doesn't look like anyone's like ransacked the bathroom or anything like that.
Right. Are there any like? Is there any staining in the sink? Like somebody tried to wash blood off of themselves to look less conspicuous or anything like that? Or is there residue from like shoes being tracked into the apartment and worn into the bathroom.
Sort of like looking around, you do see sort of like a slight red staining on the interior of the like sink bowl. Could be from washing blood off of something. Could just be
spray paint.
Yeah, could be spray paint.
She'll another baggie. Just more quickly scrape that up because she was afraid of accidentally breaking a finger off.
Yeah.
The corpse.
Yeah. Just to like just chisel away at the sink.
Yeah. All right, and then after that, if Merrick is still in the other room finishing up, she will just take a look into the last bedroom.
Okay. You open up the you open up the other bedroom and it looks pretty spotless. It looks like a sort of like a made up guest bedroom essentially.
Okay. Is there a window in this room?
There is a window in this room.
Is there anything outside the window?
You take a peek outside the window and it just looks like basically like a street view.
Okay. Is the window unlocked?
The window does appear unlocked, yes. Because
I know Ephraim mentioned like a fire escape or something like that, but if this was a kindred, if Vane knows that there's some weird kindred that can scale buildings, like,
this is true.
I feel like that's a pretty normal kind of ability that some people have. So, okay. All right. She will close the window and then she will kind of stop outside the other room and say, we should probably get going. Do you need help with anything?
And you see him sort of slightly pacing about, just like looking at the closet with this fourth corpse, and just says, everything about this, and he gestures at the body, is baffling to me. The spray painting is different for some reason. This is clearly an older kindred than all of the others, including the two previous to this. What was it?
The difference?
Was it intentional? Was it just happenstance that they just happened to be here? And he's sort of pacing, and you can tell he's a little frustrated that he doesn't have the time to like parse through this that he wants.
Is there any way for us to find out who this kindred was? Even if that involves taking something away from the scene of the crime.
And he sort of just like starts he sort of like takes off his suit jacket and lays it and like hangs it on the like bedpost really quick and like rolls up his sleeves and starts like searching through the body's pockets, and you can tell he's like not like searching with purpose. He's kind of just searching for something that might help you guys.
More desperation.
Yeah. And he's just like searching through the pockets until eventually he pulls out a wallet. Says, "This will have to do. We don't have any more time."
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything that a Vane could think of to help identify this person. But I have nothing. You said that the oldest body had an eye missing?
No, that was the body that was slumped up against the wall adjacent to the bed. There's the one on the bed that was missing a hand, and then there's the one slumped up against the wall that is missing an eye. The one in the closet, which is the oldest one, you can't tell. It's difficult to tell if it's missing anything or what it's missing if it is missing something.
Okay. I'm assuming there's also no blood coming from this thing anymore. It's just falling apart.
Yeah, essentially. It's like falling apart and melting and...
She just kind of scoops a little goo into a baggie. Alright, that'll have to be good. Alright, but yeah.
How many of those do you keep on you?
I mean, I knew I was coming to a crime scene.
I suppose that's...
It's just a plastic...
that's practical. It's practical, and I appreciate it.
People put apple slices. And she's following out, but
he's like scooped up his like jacket and like carrying the wallet, and he's walking out the building or walking out of the apartment.
Yeah, she'll follow.
Yeah, and as the two of you exit, Opal is waiting outside of the outside the door and says, "Find you what you guys were looking for?"
Definitely found something, but I don't know that it was what we were originally looking for.
I hope it will have to be enough, Opal. And she said, "Well, it's gonna have to be." And she sort of just like gestures for you guys to basically start walking.
Mm-hmm.
And as the two of you are walking away, she'll just say, "Kroll, don't make me wrong on this." And he says, "I don't intend to." And he keeps going.
I know we're gonna segue, so I'm gonna hold it in. But eventually, I'm gonna totally ask what the fuck that's about later.
Yes, we'll come back. But for now, we transition back to Ephraim and Delilah.
Right. So I pull out my backpack and I open up the paper that I had from my friend, the other Nosferatu, and that's the house. I think that is.
All right, I'll find a spot.
Yeah.
Somewhere shadowy if possible.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah, pull over, do that. Maybe turn the lights out. I just have to go in and get something.
You handle it by yourself?
Oh, of course.
And you see that the address that has been given to you appears to be on the like lower floor. Appears to be a sort of like antique shop.
Oh.
And then on the upper floor appears to be sort of like a residential living space.
Okay. So I'm hoping the book I'm supposed to find is in the lower part, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Yes. You've gotten a general description and a location.
Yes.
She had specified that it was
in a glass case.
Yes, in a glass case in the office.
In the office, okay.
In what she described, is what she said.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna, before I get out of the car, I'm like, can you come with me, just in case?
I thought you said you could handle on your own.
I can, but it'd be quicker if two people go do this. I'm looking for a book specifically for someone who's another Nosferatu.
All right. He's like, just give me a second.
Yeah.
And he wants to text, who was it? The Hound was our...
Rick? Yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna text, we need to talk.
And, sort of like, as you send that off, you feel, Ephraim, you feel this, like, massive migraine start going, and you almost, like, feel yourself sort of, like, recede into yourself, and you're somewhere else entirely, almost like you're sort of, like, an observer in this event that's happening. And it's very hazy. It's difficult to make out certain things, but you see what appears to be 3 figures, each carrying a different piece of what you had seen taken from the bodies earlier. You see one holding an eye in a jar. You see one holding sort of like the piece of skin, and you see the last one holding the hand, and you see the and they all have this sort of like bright red sort of like almost like veining pattern on their jackets. And they all are handing these objects over to this like abnormally tall shadowy figure with sort of like a smooth head and sort of like rather accentuated ears. And you just hear them say,
one of ours.
You just hear them say, "Well done. I appreciate it." And with that, you are sort of like brought back to the moment, and you look down at your pager, and you just see a message from Rick that says, "Okay, we'll make time soon."
He's going to kind of steady himself against the car, like, "Oh shit,
what's going on?"
I feel
You're
like
right.
I just feel like I just saw something." He can't. Well, it seems like, well, premonition is to get a sense of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Yeah. So he might be doing that later. He's just like, I don't know. I just had the weirdest. Let's go do this thing.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking for a book.
Okay.
It's been described to me, so and I'm
Okay.
going to pass it over to the person that wanted it.
Alright.
So we're just going to go walk into the shop. Apparently,
Well, is the shop open, storyteller?
It is most certainly not open.
Okay.
okay.
Is there a way to go around this place to see if there's perhaps an alley behind the place?
There is a sort of like side alley
Okay. we can
that
try
runs adjacent to the building.
All right. Are you any good with doing the sneaky shit you people do?
Of course, that's what we do.
All right, I'm gonna wait here for you.
Okay.
You go down there and see if
Mhm.
you can get to the door.
Okay. Yep. So I'm going to go behind, and I know the front door is probably closed because we just saw 3 people leave. And I'm going to try to like sort of open a window if I can.
Okay, you're gonna like look for a window and like try and pry it open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a lot of strength, so it could work.
Okay.
Mhm.
You do manage to find a window that would seemingly fit your criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And you like try to like wedge it open, but it seems like rather it's either locked or rather stuck. So if you want to like try and pry it open, then I'm going to have to request a larceny strength roll.
Oh, fun! In that order, larceny and strength.
Yes, larceny and
Okay.
strength. I said
Let
it
me try
backwards
and-
specifically for you, since you're
Thank you.
on time.
Okay, larceny and strength.
Larceny's
go.
gonna be over on your left-hand side.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think I got it.
There you go. Hey, good job.
Hey.
1 success.
All right. One success.
One success.
Mhm.
All right, it's not a terribly difficult task, especially
Right.
for someone who's just innately strong like
Right.
you are.
Yeah.
And you
Mhm.
manage to
Just
and pry it
Yeah.
open.
okay. Mm-hmm.
It does create a bit of a sound when you do that, but sort of like
Yeah, I'm like
hold for sort of like
I'm gonna like
hold for a
move
moment, see if
around
there's, like,
the
any
window and just
reaction.
kind of like get into the shadows for a little bit and see if anything
Yeah.
comes to check this out. And if not, I'm going in.
Yeah, you hear sort of like a slight commotion from like the floor above you, but you never hear anyone like come downstairs.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna crawl through the window.
All right, when she crawls through the window, Ephraim's gonna follow down down the alley or whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
And then follow after.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Just hanging back a little bit.
Yeah.
He's gonna let her go in first.
Right.
Alright.
And I'm assuming it's dark in here.
It is dark in here,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we're fine with that. Nosferatu is just kind of, they can stay there and not move and all that, So I'm looking around for a glass case that should have a book that's about like this big and blue, from what she remembers.
Bound in human flesh.
I'll say black, but yeah,
screaming face on the
no,
front.
Is it
not
black?
bound in human. It's black, yes.
Okay, all right.
And
so,
no, it's not bound in human flesh, as far as you know.
Damn.
As far as I'm not going to question it.
Nomicon tonight. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
not tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are sort of like taking a look around and make me a like quick wits awareness. Well, I guess awareness wits check to like see to sort of like very briefly like scan and see where like a potential office area would be.
Awareness wits, yes?
Yes, awareness wits.
Okay. I don't know how I can't read the dice. One success?
One success.
Okay.
Okay. You sort of like scan the area and it's a rather like intricate looking antique shop on the inside. Several different like displays and stands like all over the place in this like main room.
Okay.
And you see sort of like two entryways that sort of like lead off in different directions, and you're like, either of those are a potential spot where an office could be.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to pick one direction and go maybe that way.
All right. You head off towards the nearest opening, or the nearest like entryway or whatever.
Yes.
And sort of like slowly. Well, also while we're doing this, since I'm assuming you're trying to sneak,
of course,
make me a stealth dex roll.
Okay. Let's see.
Stealth is on the left.
Stealth is on the left. Okay. There's stealth. Okay. And dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do that. Go. Don't know how well that went.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. You are sort of like creeping along, and you bump into something. The bumping into the actual object doesn't really make a lot of noise, but you see something about to sort of like slide and fall off, but you manage to grab it really quickly and sort of, like, place it back in place before it actually hits the ground, and then you keep on going. And you go through the entryway and look around, and you see a a room.
Building?
You see a building inside this building. It's crazy.
So it's Lego.
But, massive Lego set. You see a room, a small room off to the side that has like a soft like glow of a lamp light sort of like shining out into the room a little bit.
Okay. So I'm going to step in there and look around a little bit, see if I can find this book.
Yeah. All right. You poke in and you don't see anyone immediately in here.
Okay.
And you do clock in the back of the room. You see a display case with like several different objects in it, and in the middle of it you see a black sort of like leather bound tome.
Okay, so now I gotta see if I can open it. If it's all like a glass, are they all in one glass case individually, or are they
it's like a long glass case.
Long glass case. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a glass case that can fit like multiple objects, and they're all in there.
Got it. So I'm gonna try to open the case and grab the book.
All right. How do you plan on trying to open it?
I'm gonna listen for a minute and see if it sounds like anyone else is in here. And if I don't hear anything, I'm gonna probably break it.
Okay. Make me an awareness wits roll.
Okay. Let's see. Awareness and wits. Okay, here we go. I don't know if that worked.
One success.
Okay.
Right. You sort of like keep an ear out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anything. You don't hear anybody around.
All right, so I'm gonna what could I do? I'm going to like punch the glass.
All right, make me a are you supernaturally doing this, or are you just punching it with your bare strength?
That.
Okay, well, make me a brawl strength roll.
Okay, let me find brawl. Where is that? There's brawl. Okay, and then strength. Okay. Where is that? Strength's right here. Confirm. Roll. Oh boy. I don't know what I did there.
Two successes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. You sort of like wind back and you punch the glass, and it was a good punch, but you feel like the glass is like a little reinforced.
Oh, okay.
And so you see sort of like where your fist hit, you see a tiny little crack, but that's about all that happened.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if she has any potence.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Delilah, you have.
I thought she had at least one dot.
She has 1 dot lethal body, which I think John would apply. Yeah,
I think that would certainly do the job.
Okay.
When you roll, Jen,
Uh-huh.
what you want to do is do, I would think, strength.
Okay.
Would you allow strength and potence?
Well, she'd be adding her potence to the strength and brawl.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're gonna do? I'll roll it for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Strength. Hang on a second. Strength and brawl.
Well, technically she wouldn't be doing that, but it's fine. We're rolling with it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's only letting me add because
it would just be like a strength and brawl roll. It's just that now she's like supernaturally enhanced, so it would be easier for her to punch things.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so she's got 4 dice plus blood potency, which doesn't really do anything. So.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 successes again.
Okay.
All right. Whereas before you felt a lot of resistance, you sort of like harness that inherent strength that being sired into the Nosferatu clan has given you, and you, in a very controlled way, given to your anger momentarily, and just and the glass you slam your fist into the glass, and the glass shatters. And you see glass fly off to the sides and fall into the case. And
gonna grab it.
Yeah, you grab the tome really quickly, and with the sound of the crashing glass, you immediately hear like running footsteps coming from upstairs, rapidly heading seemingly in your direction, or attempting to.
Okay, is there a window in this room I can get through?
There is a window in this room.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm gonna go over to whatever that window is and break it, and then climb through.
All right. You punch through the glass and just quickly crawl your way out of this office space.
Right.
And you just book it down back to the car.
Yes.
But you need the driver. Did I hear the glass breaking?
Oh, you certainly heard the glass breaking.
Right, I'm heading back to the car then.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If you didn't hear the glass breaking inside, you certainly heard the window breaking from the outside.
Because I mean, Nosferatu are strong.
All right, so he's gonna circle back to the car, unlock it. He's like, "Let's go."
All right. I get in. Yep, got it. And I put it in my backpack. Go. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Looking in the rearview mirror to see if I see anybody.
All right. Make me a wits awareness check real quick.
Okay. And I figured out how to add all of the strength, the brawl, and the discipline, how to roll that. So we'll do that next time. So.
Okay.
Two successes.
All right. You sort of like peek up in the rearview mirror real quick, and you don't see anyone. You don't see anyone follow you, but you do see like the light, like the main light on the inside of the antique store turn on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, get us out of here.
Now the vision I had, that wasn't. They weren't in any particular place. I could tell it was just these three people carrying something.
Yeah, you had a difficult time like seeing like the exact like place that this was happening. Even like the figures themselves, you had a hard time like parsing. It could only make out like certain details about them.
Okay, he's not gonna say anything yet, but he's gonna. All right, where we gotta take this?
Let's see. We could probably go, like, we have a coterie, but you don't seem to want to join. But we could go there, and then I can contact the person that wanted this, and she'll show up.
All right, he'll take her over there and drop her off.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks. And I go in.
All right, drop her off, and Delilah goes in, and you, and do you message your Nosferatu acquaintance?
Of course, like, got it. Send it off.
Right, and you just get back. Excellent. We'll be back on the morrow to retrieve it.
Sounds great.
And and we will transition back to Yvain real quick to sort of round this out for the evening.
Hi, what's up? I was cackling the whole time, like, yeah, punch the glass.
Punch it. Yeah. And as you and Merrick exit the building, he says, do you need a ride back to wherever you're going?
Yes, that would be lovely. And then maybe we can talk about all of that.
Of course.
She just gestures vaguely behind her.
Yeah. And you go, and he sort of walks you out to his car and opens up the passenger door for you.
All right, she will get in.
He closes it, walks around to the driver's side, hops in, starts it up, and you guys get on your way. And he'll remain quiet for a few minutes, sort of seemingly like mulling over exactly what he wants to say. And he'll say that seemed to be a bit much for your coterie members, and I'm sure it was a bit more than you were expecting as well.
I mean, I feel like no, not for me anyways. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were so shaken, considering, well, the last job, someone that we've met, we saw their body lit up essentially in front of a place where we meet, but I don't know. I think that maybe tensions are just high because there's other things going on. Who's to say? I wouldn't worry about it that much.
All right. Well, regardless, I very much appreciate you coming to assist me.
Well, you're welcome. This is very strange, though.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it could very well be hunters. But I don't know. Something about that just seems like an easy out.
Things certainly don't add up. At least not the way they should be.
It may sound silly, but I really can't help but feel like who would take pieces of decaying corpses for anything other than either some kind of ritual or some kind of weird, I don't know, trophy that they're Frankensteining together.
I've heard that members of the Special Affairs Division do tend to collect pieces of their kills for scientific purposes, allegedly. But this is not their style at all. This is far too sloppy for the likes of them.
Well, and I was going to say it, and it's all different pieces, so like that feels very calculated, if that makes sense.
It does.
I feel like I wouldn't take a slough of someone's skin as a trophy.
Agreed.
Seems a little nonsensical. Is there... Do you know of anywhere I could go to? I don't know if this is now just like a fixation in my mind, but I kind of would like to look more into the clan that I brought up.
The necromancers?
Yes.
The Hikata?
Mm-hmm.
I am acquainted with one of them. I would not by any means call it a friendship, but we've had to work together here and there.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that they would be open to sharing information depending on what they could get in return?
I don't think it's out of the question, but... And it's like... Zephyr is not like most kindred. He's not even like most Hikata, as far as I'm aware.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a different way.
Well, that's very vague.
He claims he claims that he is a wraith inhabiting a kindred's body.
Oh.
That is his claim.
That's colorful. I mean, however you... I don't want to be insensitive, so however someone wants to dress their undead experience, there's definitely weirder things that have happened out there, so as long as this person possibly has information, what's the worst that could happen? Just kidding. I shouldn't say that. That feels like a curse. Surely something good will happen. I'll say that instead. It feels too late now.
I suppose we will have to find out now, won't we?
Are there any other... and I'm asking this, I guess, to you because... And I should... maybe I can also ask... an acquaintance of mine. She's thinking her sire. But in terms of who... actually, is Clan Hakata even aligned with any faction?
They are... you would know that they are independent.
Okay.
They deal with whoever or nobody, depending on what they need or want.
Okay. And so there are Hekata that are kind of on the outskirts of the city. Yes?
As far as I'm aware, that's correct. I don't know what they're doing out there, but...
Have they encroached at all on Camarilla territory? Like, just kind of like coming up against Camarilla-controlled territories at all?
No, the Camarilla control mainly the central parts of the city. So any infringing, they would have to go through Anarch territory first. So
okay.
I find it unlikely, but it's not impossible, I suppose.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I just thought of another person who maybe would have been great to bring to this, but I don't have any pull for that anyways. But maybe I can take these other things to them. I just had a thought about who I can take some of these scrapings to. And pictures.
All right. And before too long, I'm assuming you were having Merrick drive you back to the Coterie Haven, or was he taking you back to your personal haven?
She'll go back to her personal. Well, are we being followed?
Never let them know where you live.
Yeah, she'll say, not that I don't. I mean, I'm assuming at this point she has probably been dropped off at both places before by him because it's been a few months. But she'll just ask to kind of be dropped off at the bar that they met at last time.
Okay.
Just to be on the cautious side.
All right. He will pull up to the bar and say thank you again, and keep in touch with anything you find out, and I'll do the same.
no worries. I'm going to do some more digging and research, and I'll let you know what I find.
All right. And
Someone has to know something.
I'm sure they do. Just be careful.
Same to you.
Always. And he
Alright.
lets you out.
She'll give a little wave and then walk off into the bar.
All right. He'll drive off, and that's where we'll end the episode.
All right.
I want to punch a glass case to get That sounds so cool. It's like, man,
Yeah,
imagine.
I figured it out how to do it on Foundry, but I want to make sure that it was legit. She could have rolled Brawl plus Strength plus Potence.
Oh, I didn't know. I could do
Is that allowed?
Oh, because it was lethal body, right?
Yeah.
No, then it would still just be strength plus brawl. It's just that her like punches are like supernaturally enhanced.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It let me do it, but I was like, should we have done it? So it sounds like
Yes.
no. So okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I just saw your comment in the private chat. I'm not there, but have so many
Oh my God,
questions.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We'll have to wait till the next time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Yvain's going to reach out to an old acquaintance of the coterie.
Hmm.
One Hassan Atia.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, I took notes. I remembered. Right.
We love
Yeah.
a note taker.
Yeah. I never do that anymore.
I'm terrible at it.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking that, like, even if she can just kind of show some pictures and also say, like, just like even talking with somebody over it that
Mhm.
sees a lot of wild shit. Maybe Austin might have some information or like advice. Who knows?
He's they're Banu Hakim.
He is a Banu Hakim, yes,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We're
and he
known
is
for being-
the scourge of the city.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ephraim wants to talk to the Hound because they have that connection now.
Yeah.
But he's going to talk to the coterie first before he talks.
Trying to get out of the coterie.
No. But
I mean,
what
like,
he
hey,
wants-
I saw some weird ass shit.
yes.
Okay,
And-
I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna be like, we need to talk, and be like, get me the fuck out of here.
No.
I hate.
It's like I
both.
want. They keep dragging me into shit I don't want any part of.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
part. But now, he wants to get word to the prince that the Anarchs are having a little bit of trouble with their members getting whacked.
Ooh,
you
stirring the
snitch.
pot.
Oh yeah.
You snitch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I mean, normally he wouldn't snitch, but he wants to be a harpy, and harpies deal in gossip and trade stories and information. So
Yeah.
Mm,
Nosferatu
I
do that,
see.
but not
Yeah.
with gossip.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he wants to shoot that up the flagpole.
Move up in the world, I see.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he's a whore. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a man whore.
Oh
he
my
definitely
gosh.
is. So-
Yeah.
All right.
Look, we already knew that when he was sleeping with the enemy, so
Of
it's
course, yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Although to be fair, Yvain did that also. But
Listen. It's
Oh, my.
not good to call names.
And Whispers watched. So-
yeah, yes, he did.
Oh
Right.
man,
And
I
it was
forgot
awkward
you-
for everyone.
Oh,
It was
yes.
awkward for everybody.
I mean, I don't think it was awkward for everyone.
Okay,
Only
maybe
some.
not everyone.
Ephraim had a good time. So. Or at
Okay.
least he sold it as having a good time. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend. That was an awesome game.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
so thank you. It's a pleasure as always.
As
Yeah.
always. Should
I
we go
always
through
love
our...
role playing, but with y'all, it's a good
Yeah.
time.
It's good.
Should
It's
we
a
go
grand
quickly go
time.
through our standard plugs? Jen, do you want it one or yes, no?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, and episodes come out generally every Saturday if I have the energy to do it. And sometimes I forget. So you can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com.
You're so real for that. Sometimes I just forget.
I do, yeah. I just forget sometimes.
That's just how it is sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
T, you got anything going on? You want to plug, advertise?
Nope. Make sure you get out and vote.
All
Yep.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, do that.
Definitely vote. Storyteller?
I mean, you know, I'll be here next week, same bat time, same bat channel. So,
Yeah.
and then also we got a Call of Cthulhu 2 shots to finish up next week on Thursday also. So, I mean, that's the extent of me in the immediate future. So.
Yeah.
We won't pester you for comic book tips or anything tonight.
I don't really have one off the top of my head at the moment anyway, so
Okay.
I got to start giving you a prep time for that.
yeah, so I'd be fumbling. Really, I should have it. Well, I guess technically I can recommend one, but you know,
Yeah.
I got one right here.
Okay.
Sure. Aloysius's comic book corner of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman Damned by Brian Azzarello. It's a art by Lee Bermejo. I was blanking on his first name, and always give the artist credit because they're incredible and they do great work. But it's a DC Black Label comic, and it's a sort of like sequel of sorts to the Joker comic that came out like a decade before this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very spooky and supernatural, and I always like when Batman sort of like delves into that sort of thing.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, we'll try to wrap up real fast, folks. Thank you again for watching tonight, everybody. We appreciate anybody on the stream, anybody who's watching us on YouTube. Thank you for your support, and we will see you all again next week. Good night.
Good night. Bye everybody.